Buenos días, mi nombre es Isabel González.
Pardon?
Mi nombre es Isabel González.
My name is Isabel Gonzales.
Soy la mamá de Sergio González que murió en la cárcel de Monterrey.
Gonzales, who passed away in jail.
Murió por el problema del COVID-19,
He passed away because of COVID-19.
que no le dieron asistencia médica cuando él la necesitó.
He was not assisted with the medical when he needed.
Y también venía para decirles que por favor tengan más consideración con las personas que están recluidas ahí.
And I'm also here to let you guys know to be a little bit more considerate with the people who is in there.
Porque no les dan atención médica,
Because they don't get any medical attention.
no les han dado sanitación para limpiar sus cosas.
They haven't got any sanitized product for their own items.
Y hasta como he sabido yo, tampoco les han dado mascarillas para protegerse.
And also I know that they don't even wear a mask.
Y también últimamente cuando todos tuvieron COVID, los tenían todos los reclusos juntos y no los separaron.
And also I knew that all of them who were positive with COVID-19, they were all together, they were not separated.
Ahí fue donde mi hijo murió y también
And that's where my son passed away.
y también también quería decir que cuando él murió en el acta de defunción,
Also want to know that when he passed away on his deathbed,
le pusieron que la investigación todavía estaba pendiente.
says that investigation was still pending.
Pero ahora últimamente cuando he oído las noticias,
Now that I've been listening to the news,
están diciendo que fueron casos naturales,
they're saying that they're natural cases,
pero cuando en realidad fue por el COVID-19,
when it's actually because of
como yo tengo
COVID-19.
entendido.
That's what I know.
Y también estoy aquí para hablar para los presos, para que los atiendan mejor,
And I'm also here for all those who are in jail, that they can
que
get more
nos
help,
pongan atención,
so they can put more attention to them.
porque no sé si supieron, no estuvieron comiendo casi por una semana,
I also know that they haven't been eating for like a whole week
para protestar
for protest
por la muerte de mi hijo.
for the death of my son.
Quisiera que tuvieran consideración en todo eso, por favor. Ellos son seres humanos.
I want you guys to consider them as well because they're humans.
Y tienen también derechos, son ciudadanos americanos, aunque no sean, todos tienen sus derechos.
And they also have rights.
Y también por la negligencia que no tuvieron la atención médica para darle a mi hijo, por eso estoy aquí.
And I'm also here because of what the attention that my son didn't get.
Y quisiera que por favor tuvieran eso en consideración, que todos los reclusos son seres humanos y tienen derechos igual como mi hijo lo tuvo.
And that's why I'm here, because I want you guys to be considerate with everybody in there. They're all humans, and my son was there.
Que desafortunadamente él murió por el COVID-19 estando en la cárcel.
Unfortunately, he passed away of COVID-19 being in jail.
Eso es lo que tengo que decir. Muchas gracias.
And that's all I need to say. Thank you.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but even
So we've got someone, if we can make sure everyone's muted
Yeah.
online.
I thought that was
Gonzales, I think you're, okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us today, and I'm so deeply sorry for your loss.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to express my condolences to her as well on the loss of her son.
Hi, my name is Cassandra Ordonez. Sergio Guzman Gonzales was my cousin, and he did die from COVID in the Monterey County Jail. What we're asking is if they can surrender, the medical from January, the dates of January till September 24th when he passed away. I also have word that there was a video camera pointing towards his bed where it shows that he was in pain and actually asking for medical. He was being neglected. I know that all cameras there's 4 cameras in the dorm. I know all those cameras will show the negligence the staff had at the Monterey County Jail. What we're pushing for is that all inmates get treated the right way. They all get treated like human beings, like how we get treated out here. Just because they're in jail doesn't mean anything. They are still human beings. They are fathers, brothers, sons. I lost my cousin and I can't see him anymore. But I don't want nobody else to be the ones to be right here in my position. So that's what we ask. We ask for you, for Monterey County Jail, to open their eyes to see that they're neglecting the people that have to come home to families still too. Like it's not fair. And so the medical is so they get tested, their sanitation properly. The staff itself have proper masks, sanitize our property all the time. And I'm hoping it all gets better that way. Thank you.
Wow, can't help but be affected by that. Wes White, Salinas, Monterey County Homeless Union. Actually, I'm also John Doe 13K, so I've been following these folks all last week, and it's been gut-wrenching to listen to everything. I mean, everything's well documented. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. It's all accurate. I mean, as far as I'm understanding, I mean, I don't see any reason why these folks would lie, especially when you hear from folks on the inside, in the way, and then the way the deputies' even attitude is. It just doesn't compute, and we need to get away from being just authoritarian and being more authoritative. And I mean, I see these are different departments, and I know this is going to be rough to even try to discuss. But you know, it's pretty certain that he died of COVID-19, and that needs to be reflected, and the jail needs to take responsibility for that, and they need to actually do better. That's all I've ever been asking anybody to do is do better. Do what you say you're getting paid to do. It's all grifty. I mean, they have to pay by the minute to even do the phone chat. You know, I mean, why are we taking money away from poor people to begin with? This is the recidivism cycle. You know, if you ain't gonna give me money, I'm gonna make money off of you. And that's what's wrong with this culture. And that's why people are dying. And why we're saying we're taking care of them, but we're not. We need to do better. And we need to investigate this fully, and we need to own up and take responsibility for it and do much better. There's supposed to be all that social distancing that we do for anybody that's renting. But as soon as we own them, we just do what we will. We need to stop that.
Hi, thank you. Hello, my name is Ezra. I'm a lifelong resident of Monterey County and a social sciences student at CSUMB. Thank you to all the speakers before me who voiced on this issue. I want to remark on the gross misconduct of Monterey County Jail personnel. The death of Sergio Gonzales was preventable. His death is the result of CEOs criminally neglecting the basic needs of inmates who are under the stewardship of this county. The CEOs are responsible. Monterey County Jail Administration are responsible, and this Board of Supervisors are responsible for Sergio's death. We are hearing horror stories from those inside this carceral system of inadequate care, bumping COVID-positive patients with COVID-positive inmates with COVID-negative inmates. For inmates to go on hunger strike in these dire conditions is a desperate plea for humane treatment. Inmate rights are human rights. Many of the people locked up are our family, our neighbors, and our fellow community members. Jail personnel and administration may believe they can do as they please with those incarcerated, but I want them to know that we are watching and we can see the mistreatment and misconduct. Justice for Sergio, Black and Brown and Indigenous Lives Matter. Thank you.
My thing, I'm with everybody that's commenting so far. You know, the inmates they breathe just like you and I do. Supervisors need to be paying closely attention to this. This is enough. What are we waiting for, another death, COVID, and not following the guidelines in the jails? That's my main concern, that if they don't follow, the worst months are coming up, and we're not done with COVID. So please, supervisors, all supervisors, and everybody else that needs to help, come together, do something. This is enough. You know, I think Sergio and his family, you know, Sergio deserves justice. Let's not have another death in the jail because of that. They're not giving the supplies that they need. The soap that they're giving them once a week, it's pilly stuff that maybe you can take one shower and the soap is off. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Chair and Board. So I want to start off with saying it's a shame to see Supervisor Phillips on a call not paying attention to a brown mother coming up speaking about the loss of her son in the jail, right? It just kind of shows like that bias, that white supremacy, that privilege, you know, even that racism, right? That excruciating out of people like that, you know. So I don't know where this board stands in regards to that, but you know, Judge, you know, Philip, you might just probably resign, you know, because that's unacceptable. Also, understand.
Wait a minute.
Hey, that's his time.
Also understanding that everybody here in this board approved a budget for the sheriff's department around COVID-19 supplies and materials, or whatever it was. However, you have a hunger strike that was going on. You have protesting, you know, community members concerned around, all these things, you know, that this board gave money to the sheriff to provide. But it's not happening, so it just kind of makes me think like, okay, well, what is this money being utilized for, you know, and also recognizing that the sheriff department actually has been, mismanaging funds, you know, so this next budget cycle might be something to look at, maybe.
Madam Chair, that's the second time this guy has called me a racist in open thing, so, I just want to tell you, I'm offended, and next time MIPA wants to come and chat with me about something, I'm gonna stick it to him with
It's
this guy
actually,
being
I agree,
wrong.
I just saying that
All
your
right,
actions.
all right, we're
are
gonna move on with our public comment. Next up, we have Tanya, followed by Carla.
Hello?
Hi, Tanya, we've got you up on minute 30. Thank you for joining us.
I just want to say that, you know, these inmates, I've talked to several inmates in there, different parts of the jail. I've called, to, find out, what, how they're gonna, go about this COVID thing. The person I talked to wouldn't give me her name. She basically stated to me that they're inmates that, what do you want us to do for them? They're not just inmates, they're humans, The medical staff, has been very negligent with these inmates. And it's not just from speaking to one inmate, it's from speaking to several different inmates. It's more on certain sides of the jail than it is on others. But I feel that the jail and the supervisors need to do something about this. I mean, how many more people are gonna, end up losing their lives or getting real sick to where their families are watching them, call to the phones or, unable to sit there and, talk because they're so weak. I mean, how many inmates are really getting the treatment, the medical treatment that they need? I spoke to one inmate, who says that he's a diabetic, he's not getting his medication, he's not getting, the afternoon snack that he eats, and his sugar goes really low. Other inmates have put in for 6 trips, and, it's been 4 or 5 days, and they still have no response from medical. They still have not gone to, see medical. I mean, what's it gonna take for them to really pay attention? And I'm asking for you guys to please do some kind of investigation for these, to help these inmates out.
Minute 30 on the clock. Thank you
Yes.
for joining us.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm sorry, I think we need everyone to mute their microphone. Henry, if we could make sure your microphone is muted.
Thank you. My name is Carla Lobo, co-chair of Central Coast Democratic Voting of America. I want to start off by saying it's very unprofessional for an elected official to call out an organization that does so much in this community. Not only that, but the prime example of an oppressor being called out and being mad for the reason that we have people in this community that are not only calling you out, but see your actions, yet you stand here and violate amendments of freedom of speech by interrupting an individual, by simply stating exactly what he wanted to state, and then calling out an organization in a public setting like this. You are an elected official. Play your role and be for the people and not against the people. This is a dire end situation. We have folks that are starving themselves because they need a voice out here to speak for them. This is a long issue that plays into the 13th Amendment. We are looking at it face first. We have families that are standing outside of the jail protesting for lives to be saved. Yet we have supervisors sitting up here arguing with community members. That just shows the level of commitment that we really have sitting in the supervisor being its seat. I yield the rest of my time.
For anyone who would like to communicate with the Board of Supervisors, we do appreciate hearing from the community. Public comment is one venue for that, as well as on an ongoing basis. Emails are received by our board offices regularly. Our email address is cob@co.monterey.ca.us. I do encourage anyone who has additional thoughts or comments to please continue letting us know what your needs are and what you expect from us as an elected body. Okay.